In a world where everything is getting more and more expensive, especially cars, an actually affordable new offering is a bit surprising, definitely exciting, and definitely welcome. This is the all-new 2024 Buick Envista, and it's the brand's new entry-level crossover. Every trim starts under $30,000, with the base preferred having an MSRP of $23,495. That is genuinely impressive. And today we are getting our first experience with the all-new 24 Envista, driving it on the road, checking out the exterior, the interior, talking about what it's like to drive, and we will discuss the value proposition this entry-level crossover brings. This is shared with the Chevy Trax, so it has the same powertrain. A 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder with variable valve timing. It makes 136 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. That is sent to the front wheels only. This is a front-wheel drive only platform with a 6-speed automatic transmission, all in the name of efficiency. Rated at 28 mpg city, 32 highway for an estimated combined 30 mpg. And again, the value proposition of this Envista is truly impressive. With that, let's grab the camera. I'm going to take you guys around the exterior, show you some of the details, the design cues. We'll check out the interior and take this for a drive. Let's take a look at the exterior of the new Envista. So this is the first new model to completely take design inspiration from the Wildcat EV concept, which looks absolutely amazing. I wish they would turn that into a production car, but Buick just does crossovers and SUVs. So this one here has a lot of elements inspired by it, including these daytime running lights up here. They're thinner, premium look. The headlights are actually split below, and we have the all-new Buick logo, which I think looks nice and premium, a nice refresh where they separated out the little pieces there. And this one is a sport touring trim, so you see the ST logo in the darker front grille, darker chrome. If you go for an Avenir, it'll have a bit more of the bright work chrome, and to make the ST, the sport touring one, a little more sporty, we have black fenders right there, and also the black upgraded 19-inch wheels. If you go for the Avenir, it will have the painted body color and a bit more chrome-ish silver looking wheels. This is finished in a pretty cool shade of red. There are 8 exterior colors available for the new Envista. And the overall shape of this is a sporty, smaller crossover. It's not huge. Again, the entry-level smaller one. It's more like a lifted wagon, drives like a sedan, but it's got some amount of practicality. Look at a roofline. It's like those 4-door coupes, the really sporty SUVs. It slopes down really nicely there, give it a pretty cool profile. I'm a fan of the overall styling of the new Envista. I think it looks nice, premium, sporty. This is shared with the Chevy Trax platform, but I think this is the better looking of the two. And also, it has a longer wheelbase and longer overall length than the Encore to give it more of those sporty proportions, and a much lower roof line. Coming around back, we've got the thinner taillights there too, an ST badge. Buick, where they have the new logo and the lettering here, probably to gradually phase in people as they get everybody used to the new Buick logo so people still recognize it. Envista lettering, it looks really nice. The blacked out wheels. Let's check out the interior. So every Envista comes with a flat bottom steering wheel, give it a bit more premium, sporty feel to it. It is heated, covered here with some nice stitching, the new Buick logo. And on the headrest, we have the ST logo embroidered. You could get Avenir. Some nice blue contrast stitching and piping. These are heated seats, covered in pretty nice material. Even the dashboard here has got some of that blue stitching. And then we have the digital screen. So that's a 8-inch diagonal driver infotainment screen. We have the 11-inch infotainment screen with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, plenty of text. So that's 19 inches of diagonal cross screen under a single sheet of glass. It's kind of angled towards the driver. And then looking here in the middle, we've got 2 cup holders, wireless phone charger, plenty of USB ports, transmission selector with a cool trim, contrasting, kind of sort of textured here, nice pattern, electronic parking brake, plenty of storage, single zone climate control, heated seats. I like the infotainment screen a lot. And on the doors, you see it also has that blue stitching design. We have a sunroof, there's a GoPro stuck up there. It's a pretty nice interior. And then we check out the back seat. Headroom won't be as plentiful given the swooping roofline, but tons of legroom back here too, and more of that blue stitching. This is a 60/40 folding, split folding rear seat, which then gives you tons of cargo space, more practicality for a crossover, and it would allow you to store items up to 7.5 feet long diagonally across here. So some of that practicality you want for a crossover. So we have an Envista Avenir and ST parked here next to each other, so we can compare some of the similarities and differences. The Avenir actually has the badge here on the side of the door, and you see the body color fenders and a more silver kind of nickel finish wheel design, whereas the ST has it blacked out, the blacked out fender trim, and we have an ST badge here on the blacked out grille versus the darker chrome on the Avenir without a badge there. They both have the new logo, the lighting, and then coming around to the back, let's see how they compare. Looks like even the taillight signature has more chrome in the Avenir versus the more blacked out trim here. Same thing with the surround here around the windows. See the chrome treatment, Avenir badging. Yeah, the taillights are completely different. This is like a smoked clear finish on the Avenir versus the ST with the red. Got a couple different colors lined up here. So that's a quick comparison of the exterior of the two of them. Let's take a look at the interior. So the Avenir has different stitching pattern, logo on the headrests. The stitching is like this brown bronze color. Same digital clusters there. Oh, this is different. So instead of the rotary knobs, we've got these switches here in like a piano black finish for the heated seats and climate control. Also, you see a flat bottom steering wheel, so that is the same. The trim around the shifter selector, the transmission selector is different. Let's check out the power opening liftgate. Press the button, that opens up. We have a cargo cover here that hides what you have down there. A good amount of space. Got my Pelican case with camera gear in there. You can fit some stuff back there, and then we close that. So that's a quick look at the exterior and interior of the all-new 2024 Buick Envista. This one is a sport touring trim. With that, let's hop in the car and take it for a drive. All right, so now we're on the road driving the 2024 Buick Envista. We are in a sport touring trim, and as the name suggests, this is the more sporty leaning trim level. It's actually right in the middle. We have the Preferred at the entry level, then the Sport Touring, the ST, and at the very top we have the Avenir, which is more of the luxury leaning one. This has the 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, variable valve timing. It's got 136 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. So no, it's not the quickest thing in the world. Front-wheel drive only, 6-speed automatic transmission. But where this does very well is the ride isolation, the comfort. So we have the Buick quiet tuning along with active noise cancellation. So on the freeway, at freeway speeds, it actually is pretty good at isolating you from road noise, wind noise, all of that. There, go full throttle. Not the quickest thing in the world. Again, this is all oriented towards efficiency, practicality. It's rated at an estimated 28 mpg city, 32 highway, 30 combined. And this is related to the Chevy tracks. They're platform siblings. So same powertrain, the platform underpinnings, and there are a couple touches that do feel fairly similar, but Buick did a pretty good job differentiating. The styling does look completely different. I've actually been spending the past week driving the Chevy tracks and have that right fresh in my mind as a comparison. Honestly, pretty impressed by the tracks, especially at the price point. It's also similarly pretty quiet, isolated. Again, not the fastest thing in the world, but everything adjusted for the price point, I am genuinely extremely impressed. Some other differentiations include a nicer interior. We have the larger infotainment screen here, 11-inch infotainment screen, 8-inch digital cluster, so that's 19 inches of combined diagonal screen here, all under one continuous sheet of glass that's angled towards the driver. We got some nice other luxury features like heated seats, heated steering wheel, and plenty of standard safety tech and driver assistance features. We got 6 standard ones, a couple optional ones, including like rear cross traffic alert, blind spot warning, backup, all of that type of stuff. Not the quickest off the line, but once you're going cruising speeds, it's got a pretty wide torque curve, and with that turbo and that amount of torque, you can pass, and it's not bad once you're moving. But again, it's aiming more for the isolation, This is the premium segment vehicle, not a top tier luxury vehicle. The entire lineup is $20,000 to $30,000. So the Preferred is $23,495 starting, and the Avenir starts at just under $30,000 with the Sport Touring sliding in the middle. Even optional with Destination and Avenir, the top tier is like $31,400 something. So it's genuinely affordable in this premium segment. The price delta between this and a Trax isn't huge. So if you're looking for something a bit more premium than a Trax, I would say the Buick is a pretty good option. Buick as a brand doesn't build cars anymore. They just do crossovers and SUVs. And this Envista serves as their entry-level offering. I think the value proposition is going to be one of the big draws. Starting between $20,000 to $30,000 is genuinely impressive. I also think the styling is going to be another big draw. This is the first new Buick to be fully inspired by the Wildcat EV concept. I think the styling looks great. It's got that four-door coupe crossover, the sleek roofline look to it. Looks nice and premium with the thin lighting signature, the new Buick logo I'm a big fan of too. Buick is also very strong with the female demographic. This vehicle will serve as a conquest model. Again, that value proposition is seriously impressive. A top tier Avenir is just over $31,000, and that's a more luxury leaning one. This Sport Touring in the middle, and entry level Preferred being $23,495. That's impressive. Yes, it is shared with the Chevy Trax. So if you're looking for something a bit more entry level, maybe a little more sporty feeling and looking, you go for the Chevy model. You want something a bit more premium, you get this Envista. It's been really cool getting to experience this new vehicle. Biggest draws, styling, value, the fact that it's pretty quiet and isolated on the road, and it has some definitely competitive tech and creature comforts at this price point. I hope you guys enjoyed this first drive, first impressions review of the Envista. Thanks for watching.